This is Naveen Nanjundappa from 12 Principles Consulting. Now, let us look at the Scrum values. There are 5 Scrum values, and they are the courage, the commitment, the focus, the respect, and the openness. These are the 5 values that every team member in the Scrum team have to be adhering to, demonstrating so that they could reach their goal and also bring the best out of the Scrum framework for achieving the goals. Let us look at one by one. The courage. Courage is the attitude, the context required for the teams to work on the right things, to do the right things at office, to do the right things with respect to the product development. Now, what is the right thing? We are focusing on the quality, we are focusing on the mutually agreed behavior patterns, we are focusing on the abilities for us for continuous improvement. So, courage to do the right thing. To work on the tough problems. We know that we are in a complex zone and Scrum is best suited in a complex zone. In a complex zone, working on inspecting adapting becomes very essential. There are a lot of situations where you will have to experiment and then the results might not be positive. So you take small steps, inspect, adapt, and move forward. So there has to be courage to work on tough problems in a complex zone, in the uncertainty zone. And this enables you to have inspection, adaptation, and transparency, which are the 3 pillars of Scrum. And this enables the team to focus on the right path towards the goals. I hope you have the courage to do the right things and also the courage to highlight if something is going wrong. The next step is commitment. In the value commitment, the team is focused towards achieving the goals of the Scrum team. So you have to be committed towards the goal. Now, during the sprint, when the team is working on, there could be a lot of things that are coming up in between as a hurdle, but the team should be committed. Individual team members should show their commitment towards the sprint goal and the goals of the team and achieve them. You have to put in 100% of yourself towards the goal. It's like a soccer player or a cricket player knowing that I'm going to hurt my body if I jump, they jump to stop the ball. And that's exactly what is a commitment on. Do you invest 100% of yourself into reaching the goal of the team? In order to win, you commit yourself. So this is more of an individual commitment, the team commitment towards the goal and the objectives. The next value is focus. Now, you know, when you have a commitment and the focus is always towards the sprint goal. So you focus on the sprint goal, look at the objectives of the sprint goal, the activities that are being planned for the sprint, and enable each other collaboratively to reach the sprint goal. So the focus is always on the sprint goal. It's important that the other distractions are avoided, such as extra activities, extra work that could come in, which are not planned as part of the sprint and potentially could impact the sprint goal. So the team members should have a constant focus towards the goal and avoid all the unnecessary things. Of course, you can always park your requirements into a product backlog and prioritize it through the product owner, and the product owner can go ahead and enable the teams to work on those intermittent works as and when it is required based on their priority and their strategy. But at any given point of time, the team members should have the focus towards the sprint goal. In fact, the management should help the team to focus on the goal. Work towards the goal. So focus on the work that the team has planned during the sprint. So you focus on building winning teams, building winning products. As the focus is only on the winning product, winning teams, and continuous improvement, there's obvious chance that the team is going to have a better results with their commitment and the courage. The next value is respect. As a respect, we all show each team member is capable of performing, and we show respect as a human value. We need to respect everybody in the team, in the system, because we have something to bring on the table, and each person is capable. Each person is independent with their style. So respect them. It's okay if somebody is not aware of certain aspect of the work, but then there are other ways to bring them to speed, to support them. And remember, there is a video on how can I help you, so that can speed up the work of the team members. Show respect, which is essential part. By having this respect, people get to mutually collaborate and create an ecosystem which is collaborative ecosystem. So focus on collaborative ecosystem with mutual respects to everybody in the system. The next value is openness. Openness is a very interesting one where the team members are expected to be transparent, open about their work. So all the work items that the teams are working on, everybody is open. It could be with respect to the process. It could be with respect to the progress that has been made, the activities that are achieved, the impediments, the issues, and everything that is planned for. Make it transparent so that it is easier to inspect and adapt. Now, you might get confused between openness and transparency. Transparency is for a system. Openness is for an individual person. It's a value of a person. Next, you have to be open on the challenges, issues, and impediments that could potentially come up during the work towards reaching the goal. Just imagine if the team members don't show the openness value during their work, then the challenges that they face, the issues they face, and then the impediments are all hidden, and you don't get an opportunity to resolve them, nor to inspect and adapt over them. So this is a very essential value that the team members have to demonstrate. And of course, the system has to be built in such a way that the openness is considered as good thing rather than a threat to their current situation. It brings up a system which is transparency. You create a transparency in the system, and a more transparent system leads to inspection and adaptation and better results. Let's look at a small activity. Have you explored how Scrum Values is demonstrated in your teams, in your organization? Think about each of the Scrum Values that we have just now described and look at whether they are frequently demonstrated in your teams by everybody, sometimes demonstrated, or rarely demonstrated, or never demonstrated. Now, by doing this small activity of how frequently the value is demonstrated in your teams, you could potentially inspect and adapt, do a retrospective to improve the values within the team. I hope you got some idea about the Scrum values, and you will have some activity to improve how the teams demonstrate and adhere to these values during your sprint work. Thank you so much. This is Naveen Nanjundappa.